Ayo. God, I hope I'm not too rusty doing this. Just came back from a rather eventful weekend. Lots of stuff going on. Oh. I mean, one had the Olympics wrapped up, and oh my gosh, like... I'm pretty hyped for when it comes down to North America in like 4 years. I can't remember when the Winter Olympics will be though. But I will say, like, there's some banger events going on. Like, I'm just proud to say I'm Canadian just for the fact that we have like Phil Wiz competing. Like, both him and the French guy in the finals were both incredible, but Phil was heads and shoulders above everyone in terms of like his flow, the way that he like timed his breaks, his musicality. He was just very much on point throughout that. Like, the French dude tried, but he just couldn't keep up with... What's the proper term for it? Like, Phil just had better flow in all of that and was way more technical about his, with his skills. I want, like, someone like Kyle Hill to go over the physics that goes on with these, like, dancers' bodies. Like, the way that they're able to halt their momentum and do it so smoothly is incredible to me. Like, I cannot imagine the amount of strain that goes on, especially with their wrists, their arms, and with their neck muscles too, because they're just like spinning so much on their heads and necks. Just incredible performances. The women's was also like that too, but it was... How do I put it? Yeah, like their athleticism was just incredible. What else happened during the Olympics? I wasn't able to catch the NBA match, but I did see that Curry just like ran through, scored like 4 threes towards the end, just buried the other team, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I don't know, it's very stark contrast to how they were in earlier games. Like, they almost got beaten out by, what, Sudan earlier? Like, an African country. I can only hope that this will continue to inspire other nations to try out and like put on like a good basketball showing. At the very least, it does seem to be going quite a bit in Europe. I just hope that Canada can put up a better showing for next time. Speaking of which, the Canadian women's team, they fought so hard to get out of pools, taking that like 6-point penalty, but then got eliminated like first round due to Germany. To be fair, it was through penalty shots, so I can't be too mad about that. And America did end up winning all of it anyway. I can just hope that they do better at like Worlds and then move on to the Olympics like a few years later. The downside is that a lot of their players are getting on the older side too. They need like new blood to keep them afloat. What else happened? I think that's about all I saw with the Olympics. Glad that they chose Red Hot Chili Peppers to introduce the games and stuff like that, especially since they wrote so much about California anyway. Yeah. Aside from that, the break over the weekend kind of gave me a lot of thought about like different ideas I can do for like for later, especially around October. I've got a whole bunch of different shorts ideas. I just need to figure out like the proper keywords to mastering the algorithm. I also want to do a little bit of a comparative, like see if there's ways to compare different algorithms, see which one's more friendly. But it's been a while since I set up experiments like that. Oh well. Anyways, speaking of getting back into the groove of things, we're going to go back into story-based gameplay. Last time around, I managed to finish off No Case Should Go Unsolved. That was like such a sweet game. It was only like 3 hours too, so perfect time length. I don't know if I'll be able to finish off with this case over here, especially with Like, the cases in each of the games goes on... How do you put it? It increases in length the further you go in. And especially since the second case normally involves some sort of investigative phase, but I'm excited to see their spin on it, see what's up. So without further ado, let's get to it. I hope I remembered to turn it on. You there, Ace Attorney? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, why are you so messed up? Hold on. Da, 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 da. Scale filtering, blending mode, transform. Fit to screen. There we go. I finally know how to use my shortcuts. Let's go. Okay. Music on. Banger. God, I just love how I put it. Like, it's grandiose, but also very uplifting, you know? Alright, let's do this. Speckled Band. Unbreakable Speckled Band. Ooh.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness.
Is that you, Watson?
"You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view.
I love this animation style.
Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band.
Oh yeah, this was the Sherlock story.
I believe this is the terrible coil to which she referred, Wilson.
Interesting.
In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike.
Ooh.
It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
I can't remember reading that story when I was growing up. I'll need to find it later. 9th of January, 6:37 a.m. On board the steamship Buria. Oh, animated cutscene. Let's go.
So then, let us unravel this mystery
Hey, Sherlock.
and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery.
Oh, I love those.
In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle.
You sure about that?
A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters
Seems
were well
upside
formed,
down, though.
suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message.
No, it does,
In fact, I
Sherlock.
deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Sherlock, what are you doing with that revolver? Oh.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture.
Fancy.
Well, what have we here?
Wait, dude's got X-ray vision?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see,
He is the police.
in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. And in cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
Wait, no, that's
You
Sealing
don't mean
Talisman.
the culprit is in there?
Also, why is she British?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Oh my gosh, she's so dashing. Okay. So I guess before I go on, the reason why Sherlock Sholmes, like his name is like that, is because although Arthur Conan Doyle has been dead, like for a very long time, mind you, his estate still persists. Now, I can't recall if his stuff is in public domain already, but when he was still alive, there's an issue about copyright. So, other authors at the time wanted to use those characters and stuff like that. However, he didn't give permission for that, obviously. So instead, they had to use some clever workarounds. With Lupin, the author for that switched up the letters, thus to create Sherlock Sholmes, I believe. And other people have since used that too, especially in case they want to avoid getting trouble with Doyle's estate and stuff like that. I know. I'm always of the opinion that, you know, once you're dead, who better to inherit your works rather than, like, the whole of humanity, right? And, like, you're dead anyways, so might as well, right? Just give me a moment. Alrighty then. Hope the music and audio is okay, but let's continue. Ugh, my head is throbbing. I don't know if I can do the voices. It took so much strain on my voice last time, but let's keep going. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Where's my boy? Please tell me my boy isn't dead. Okay, that's in Russian? Wait, I can't move. Has he... Oh, no. What the... Why am I in handcuffs? So, wake up now, Oh no, it's the Russian guy. Yet. We had to... we had to drag you out of the wardrobe. Is that how that sounds? That accent? Eastern European? I do not believe how you could not wake up. You're a true cold-blooded man. You... Ah... You found me then. Duh. We found you. Now you pay. Criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, Oh, sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit to your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Exclamation mark. Isn't that... Oh shoot. Sato, eh? Wait, whose sword is that? Oh, no. Please tell me... Oh, no. Please tell me it wasn't his bro. Why did he do it? Why did he take his life? Miss Sato. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Please tell me it wasn't him. Cosima? Oh, please tell me it wasn't Cosima. No. Where is he? Where's Cosma? He's totally dead. Oh. Yeah, you pretend you do not know. You are wolf in sheep's belt. You are the healer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Cosmo-sama's body was discovered not long ago. No. Oh. That's something sharper than like Cosmo's sword. Why do the side characters, like the side bench characters, always get killed in second case? Oh, I guess this happened in the first game, but not really in second and third games. Man, he was so cool. Here, in this very cabin, that was bolted shut from inside. His body? Please, do you not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep? Okay, not gonna lie, that actually happened in real life. I believe Vsauce 2 covered it, but there was a time when a person literally, like, it might have been Vsauce 2 or Veritasium, but there was a time when a person literally, like, killed his wife in his sleep, even though he was, like, unconscious at the time. It was, like, sleepwalking and stuff like that. And he did get cleared for that, too. It was, like, such an unfortunate circumstance. But it does show that, like, you know, if you're not in control of your body, like, I know, someone's, like, mind hacking you or something like that, you're not really responsible for your actions, you know? I wonder how far you need to go for stuff like that, though. Like, if you spike a person's, like, drink, or, you know, actually, I wonder how roid rage works for that matter. But yeah, I wonder, like, if you could enrage a person, cause them to go berserk, like, how much responsibility that person would have versus the person who made them, like, enrage, or, you know, who poisoned them and stuff like that. Anyways, on with the story. Cosmo's dead? But he can't be. Yeah, he was so cool. He was actually so cool. He was a bro. Come on, Ryu. And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I... Oh, Sasato. I have to know. Why did you take Cosmo-sama's life? Answer me, please. Yeah, I think I can do her voice. No. No! Yeah, same. I can't believe he's dead. Ah, oh, come on. Cosmo. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Look at him, he's so cool. Are you sure about this? Won't we get into trouble? Nah, won't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. Oh, wait, no, that's Ryunosuke. Ah, I thought I was gonna die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. You could totally hide a body in there. Nice. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit in my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I broke every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain, so they're like halfway through-ish. If you can find yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling that those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need Or what do I want to know is, why do we need to keep a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikutaba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, but if she knew what we'd done, that'd make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come in and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. I'm sure it would be a nice, like, upsizing. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. Wait, that intro scene, if Cosmo was the one who wrote it in his ink, but he did it in Russian, that shows that someone else came in and tampered with the body then, right? Because his handwriting is the one that matches up with, like, suitcases over here, and he wouldn't know Russian, right? Someone else Oh my god, this is like the second case all over again, isn't it? Because spoiler for the second case of the first game, I believe there is also a message. Or am I thinking of... Oh, no, yeah, it was the second game, pretty sure. Because they made a message for, like someone wrote down, or they made it seem like the sister wrote down Maya's name instead. Like Mia wrote down Maya's name, which is pretty messed up. Like really messed up, like down. Alright, stop worrying. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Why don't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? Hey, so that it would be Ryunosuke's? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. That's assuming they can read Japanese, though. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We're supposed to be going on this adventure to England. Together! Thank you, Elden Ring. We'll leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Duh, you said before. You said you admit to everything about your crimes, dude. He was drugged. Wait, was that how the bandit snake or bandit ring fits into this? Ryu got poisoned and then was forced to admit? No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth, come on. Detective, where you at? Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there's something I'd like to ask of you, too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try and find out what really happened. Okay. Yeah, so everything's... Why is everything knocked over, though? Interesting. Lamp vent. Clearly someone could sneak in through the vent. Got blood. Is that blood or ink? And then everything tossed up over there. He is he really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. Dun dun dun. Oh. And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Cosmo's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? Door. There's no access to the cabin via porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these 4 walls. There's a vent. Have you not played Among Us before? Yo, what? Vent. Vent. Or put it another way, the culprit could have only been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? Yeah, trapdoor. That's also a possibility. This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? You're still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. Susato, ... Aw, she's taking pity. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? Ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. Correct. Technically, all doctors, or a post-mortem doctor, like, God, I forget the proper term for it, but they're doctors anyway. Coroner, that's it. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So, presumably that means there's no obvious external signs of injury then? That's true, yes. Interesting. God, I love mysteries like this. Can't you tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Cosmo? I mean, they probably suspected him of being a spy or something, because, you know, Japanese mission, come on. Presumably, that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were in here in the cabin, after all. Well, yes, I was, but... God, this music is such a banger, though. He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. Training? I was waiting for him outside his cabin, as I do every day so far on this voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. So she was first one on the crime scene then. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at the cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there's no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the door open, and when we managed to get inside... My boy! No! There was Cosmo-sama, collapsed on the floor. How could you massacre my boy? It was so cool in the first case. He was literally doing, like, air swords. Like, no one's done that since, like, Black Quill. Like, the only comparable person to that level of cool might have been, like, Black Quill and Godot. Like, come on. How could you massacre my boy? The white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but it's just very hard to believe. It's very hard for me to believe too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know. It's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. Oh, my head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Stowaway last night, let's go. Why are you even on board the ship, Naruhodo-san? you said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's been 2 weeks since we left Japan now. I've been shut up in this cabin this entire time. I guess you could say he was about to get cabin fever. Hey. I had no idea. Yo, he took that down to his grave. What a bro. But how you could have occupied Cosmo-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No. That would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Cosmo invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. Sorry, together! He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. And I don't understand. Because he was bro, that's why. Cosmo, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? The real question is why wouldn't he go to such extreme lengths? Dude's a bro. Bros for life. Oh, look at him. So magnificent. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? You ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that. I didn't think you're so serious. You have a lot of talent for it, and I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Wait, but you went to the same school though, come on. You gotta have some lawyer ambitions. You knew you could defend yourself. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development. Center of the world in many ways. I don't know about cultural development, but to each their own, I guess. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. On a personal level. If you were to become a lawyer, then... Then what? Nothing. Forget it. Question mark. What a bro. Cosmo-sama is... He was always saying the same thing. He wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yeah, exactly. He was a bro. Bro for life. Like, dude placed his life on... his career on the line with the first case. Then placed, like, his livelihood again on the line with Stowaway. Like, come on. He was so cool. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. Look in his eyes, then. I mean, he's gorgeous, but, like, so forlorn. Dude's about to, like, create, like, a samurai movie trailer right here. It's so deep, so pondering. He's about to, like, lay down the next, like, 5 rings or something like that. Damn, dude. You're so cool. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san. I'm sorry we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Cosmo-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me. To avoid me becoming guilty by association. Yo, spot on. He was not just a bro to Ryu, but also bro to everyone. He should have survived. Yes, that's exactly right. Yes. Word perfect, in fact. Damn, girl. Last night. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? ... Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Yo, where's your defense? You have like 0, and you're expected to be a defense lawyer. Come on. Susanoo. Cosmo brought me something to eat, just like he always did. It was poison though, wasn't it? Then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. How did you end up with a bloodstain on you? After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. Tryptophan in the meals will do that to you. I'm not surprised. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Cosmo-san was killed. Yeah, tryptophan is one hell of a protein. Well, yes. Yeah, you got poisoned though, totally. I know it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Please help out your man. Is something wrong? No, it's... Please, forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could have possibly done this. She's right for now. Yo, let's investigate the room though. Get those clues. Build up that court case. Let's go. Cosmo, I don't understand why. Why did this happen? Yeah, writers, why did this happen? Why did you kill off, like, the best bro? Can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. Can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Cosmo was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. Now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied while whoever did this walks free? Well, they're on the boat still, right? No, I can't allow that to happen. They're still on the boat. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Cosmo's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Yeah, oh, hey. Judo, right? Or is it karate? What the? That was a Susato takedown. Nice. That's how she actually knows some moves. Susato what? What martial art form is that? And could you teach it to him, please? He's gonna get rocked. I need you to prove it. In single combat? Done. Let's do this. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll share some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Let's just, don't mind me, Susato, just, doing a little maintenance here and there. Back and back. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Like, how would he stick on this talisman? Unless, like, it was right in the middle, so that talisman must have gone on there afterwards, right? not inspect it? See the remnants of glue we used to go over the wardrobe doors. That wasn't proper glue, of course. We didn't have any of that with us. So pulverize some rice into some paste to use. Hey, that's my guy. Very innovative. So, like me, every single grain of rice represents precious rations. That's why I spread as thinly as possibly could. I couldn't bear to waste any. Smart, dude. Oh my gosh. I applaud your perseverance. This is the paper seal I wrote for the wardrobe. I remember working really hard to make it. I'll never forget how Cosmo reacted. Do you expect the Russian crew to be able to read that? He said. Still, I was sure people would get the idea if they couldn't read it. So we used it anyway, and it works. Don't know if the crew thought it was creepy or what. Well, it is. Very creepy. But no one opened the doors. Anything else here? Inspect the badge. Imperial. Tell me, Imperial, do your forefathers smile upon you now? I know mine do. God, I wonder how many times that makes Elder Scrolls. Like in terms of how many times they've remade that game. Oh. Symbol of Yume University. Every student wears this pin with pride. It's funny. Most emblems don't. Most emblems seem to be either round or rectangular, but this is like a spike. You can murder someone with that. I like the spike design even though it doesn't really make any sense. What do you mean? It'll reflect Phoenix or Apollo once they show up. Though it does cause problems. Lots of students end up cutting their fingers on their badges. Just saying, murder weapon. Was the idea of one of the founders, sharpened for sharp mind or something? I applaud you, founders. You're great. Anything else on the back? Oh, a number. 901, right? Personal student number is engraved on the back of here. If you lose your pin, they won't accept you as a UMA student at the university. You may not come in, they say. I applaud their humor. Of course, you can get a new pin made if you can just tell them your number. I actually lost mine twice already and still don't know my student number by heart. I always say it to myself, I mustn't forget to write it down somewhere, but I forget not to forget that. Wait, doesn't that that matches up then, doesn't it? With murder. Please tell me you didn't murder your boy. I swear that's gonna pop up in the case then, right? Okay. Let me just save again. Now that we got new information. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and present.
Yes!
Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember it clearly. I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So, naturally, he did the same last night as well, meaning he got murdered after that got put in place. Oh, yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. If I were truly the culprit, I could have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside doors on my own. Someone else came in. Housekeeping. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Cosma. Can you please reverse gravity now? It's kind of hard to look at. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Cosma thought so highly of you. Thank you, Suzaru-san. Now, do you think you could perhaps help me up? Good throw, though. Damn. We need more assistants like that. I think only Athena does that. Well, in light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you. So, you finally believe me? No, I'm sorry. No. Oof. You what? I'm not sure yet. Can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? No, but one of your adopted relatives will be, further down the line. Thanks, Phoenix. For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. Let's go. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Sato-san. Please, don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you. Make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on that investigating here. Examine everything I can. Cosma, I swear, I will avenge your death. Oh, sweet. What do you got here? Nothing. Oh, there's still the crewmate there. Okay. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of crime. Excuse me. Da. I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean. Hey. Well, just investigating here, a little investigating there. We're all on the same team, right? And mother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it is not true, I see. Sumimasen? A criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Oh, wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. You might have some useful information, though. Have to keep trying. So, last night, do you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Niet. Of course, niet. Yeah, back to the corner of room and make silent. I say no more to you. Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. So you know something. He did see something odd. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Suzato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly. Yes, that's not good. Don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? I mean, I Naruhodo don't. Hey, nice. I'm glad they kept this. They had this in... not as much in the first game, but they included it in all the games afterwards. Especially in the new trilogy, now that I think about it. Make sure you look around using BM. Ah yes, my two favorite initials. Now, let's investigate all the corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. I mean, it's like 180 degrees. That's pretty good, right? Portrait. Investigate thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Sangi. Word for justice. Brush strokes are straight and pure, just like Cosma. Yes, his calligraphy was a reflection of his heart. God, why didn't he live? Damn it. Can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing you drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why should I be able to? ... Even though you stowed away on this ship? Hey, it was on his recommendation. That's on, Cosmo. Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. Hey, sword. That's Cosmo's precious sword. Never went anywhere without it. Then why didn't he cut down his intruder then? Yes, he was always saying that Japanese man's katana is his soul. Did you don his soul then? I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that just shows how important it was to him. Now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Yo, carry a sword. Get a sword. Be a noble. You got this. What's this down here? It's my dinner from last night. Roast chicken. It's very tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susanoo-san. I ate on the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. Curious. Cosmo-san didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Hey. Oh no. Does that mean... Poor Cosmo-sama spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Oh, now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Oh my god, that meal was meant for Cosmo. But Ryunosuke took it instead. So then the killer found Cosmo in there. Banged him up, I guess. Found some other way to poison him, probably through the vent or something. Poison dart, yeah. And then we have the knife. They're from last night. Oh wait, no. I was trying to go for the knife there. There's no blood on it, right? See thoroughly, nothing out of place. What else we got? A shard? No, a bell. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever that thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass was such a beautiful color. Looks just like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Cosmo. Couldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this with him. Would he? Nah, probably not. Mark beside it. I said I wonder, it looks sort of brick-like hue. That's blood. Yeah, you're right. That's the hue of, or the color of a brick, isn't it? Though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Same bloodstain. Okay, what does this say? Warning. Rules of passage. Essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are strictly forbidden. Someone snuck a snake in through the vent, didn't they? Vent... I mean, the doors are airtight, so it's probably something through the vent. Ah, this is bullet train all over again. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Jesus Christ. Come on, Ryu. I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. I guess you could say he's a lethal weapon. It's a thinker. Oh no, it's the thinker. Ah, I hope Larry isn't here. Books have fallen over the shelf. Look, they've been toppled the same way. And what's this? Statue of some god of the sea? though he appears fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked. Everything mown down at once. I wonder if... perhaps it was Cosmos doing... or Cosmos-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? Alright. I seriously doubt it. Then, perhaps... it was you, Naruhodo-san? A fit of rage? I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way things have been thrown around have anything to do with the case with, I wonder? They're all knocked down the same way though, like, left side. I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see it. That's tampering with the crime scene. Zato, no. Also, I swear, if that's used as a murder weapon again, I'm gonna be so mad. That's already been used in like 2 cases already. Like, come on. Speaking of cases, it's a very strange traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. It was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says this way up. In Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. It was turned over and over and over. Then I was tossed on the floor in there. Dude, how did you... I mean, it's possible to survive that, but damn, dude. Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it's less painful than a Suzato takedown. Right, so we have ink. Come on. It's the ink bottle. It's where Cosmos-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. Hence the ink bottle, right? But that's black ink. London Diary. Poor Cosmo. He didn't even make it to his destination. It's as though his last entry is incomplete, meaning he got ambushed. Which means, what, he was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Yeah, oh, come on. That's out of the question. I can see this guy over here agrees too, just nonchalantly looking. What? Cosmo-san may have departed from this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. We have literal spirit mediums that will do that for us. And what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Imagine that being the most important clue. Oh, poor Cosmos-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. In this case, isn't the need for more clues more important? Oh man. Okay, body. Did Cosmo write that before he died? Looks like it was written in ink. Must have knocked the ink pot from his desk when he collapsed on the floor. I swear this is upside down though. God. Goad. Well, I know. I guess it could be in Russian though. Suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in this village, but he doesn't know Russian, right? Poor Cosmo, no doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of clue in his final moments. Was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? Okay, so I think that's everything on this side. Oh wait. side. Left side, right side. Da, da, da. Come on, vent. Someone could have snuck a snake in there. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. Hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is allowed to fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough. Or something like that. Yo, he was set up. Everything was set up to kill our boy. I'm glad they went to such extreme lengths. But damn, my boy is still dead. Maybe that's it. The heck? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Insert legally blonde in there. Oh, how did he... You've noticed that man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here. He looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall. Exclamation mark. Naruto-san, don't tell me... Do you really not know who that is? Well... No, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. Dude's sheltered, come on. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And he is investigating Cosmo's desk, or is he playing on it? I can't tell. Me neither, dude. Me neither. Surprised he can fit on that without collapsing too. This desk is like an absolute unit, damn. Oh, in that case, we must talk with him. Am I imagining it, or does Susanna-san look almost uncontrollably excited? Either way, I expect you've noticed already, but just in case. You press space on people when they're on the crosshairs. You can converse with them. Right then, let's get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights. See what he has to say. Oh, please do. Wait, hold on. 2 weeks of sail from Japan. Have you really been living inside that wardrobe the entire time, Naruto-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Though it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. Trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So, yes, I basically did live in that wardrobe. Last night was no exception. Because of that, I had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Oof. Alright then, bed, tapestry. This is, yes, Belcourt contraption. What do you mean contraption? I've read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. God, that gives me RuneScape flashbacks. Final Fantasy 2. Really? That sounds almost magical. Dot dot dot. Don't pull it. Shall we give it a little try? Yes. In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Oh, loud and clear. Hey. Aww. I suppose no one comes for lowly Japanese people. You're the daughter of a professor, though. That's gotta count for something. No, I'm sure everyone... it's just that everyone's busy, that's all. Hey. Way to comfort her. Anything else? Chair. Message. Ink. Box. guy. Okay, let's go. Herlock Sholmes. Excuse me. I wonder if I can do a British accent. British. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh. This is critical. How do you do it? The way that you do a British accent, sort of like pretend that you have something big, or like, how do you put it, like a candy in your mouth. Shh. This critical point in my investigation. You what? Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Hey, greetings. Ah. Wait, that's his theme? Yo, that's a sick beat. Let's go. It's even got the, I want to say like harpsichord piano in the background. That's nice. What exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now? Oh, so mysterious. Oh, he's got laser vision. X-ray vision? If so, you should probably watch your eyes. That's not safe. Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me because he's got X-ray vision. Oh, yes. Everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have been crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if I'm nailing his accent or not, but this is actually how he introduces himself to Watson. He was able to deduce that Watson went to Afghanistan based on the fact that he looks like a little, I put, off-kiltered, but still has some resolve. And also his hands, I think. And then the only recent conflict that occurred was Afghanistan, with the Opium Wars. No wait, Opium Wars was China. There was something that preceded the Opium Wars. Yeah, that's it. You what? You what? And now, whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? Elementary. How the deuce did I know that? Perhaps? It was really most elementary. Hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. Objection. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake. Now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. I'm pretty sure Graha has that already. He'll be fine. It'll work out. And no one can really get through the labyrinth of ancients anyway. Aside from, you know, you'd have a better chance running that with, how many is it? 21 dudes? No, wait. 8, 16, 24 dudes, that's it. Exclamation mark. And when the bare-bones occupant of the very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. You're not 6 eyes, though. You're 4 eyes. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you? Certainly, I am. Oh, he's posing. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I wonder why this guy isn't showing up over here. Must be a mystery, What do you think, Herlock? I don't see even one person who fits the bill. Zada, please help. So it's true. It was you who did this to Cosmo-sama. He's not Russian. You what? And you're plotting a revolution too. Zada, please. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen, there's no way. Hey, pow. Now, explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. You can't win, dude. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary. Obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You're just saying the first thing that came into your head. Oh my god, he's JoJo posing though. You've lost. There's no way. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Do you not? Okay there, Nostradamus. Well, yes, maybe. Yeah. There you have it, you see? What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure what you could call it a deduction. It's more plain observation. Cliche. His observations are on point, but his deductions suck. Indeed. An observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon an observation trifles. You see, I'm slipping in southern accent. Frank, how do British people sound? Wah. I announce my findings in brassy certitude. Yep, still southern. Bah. More often than not, I'm right. More often than not. Well, we're in the not phase right now. I don't think you introduced yourself. Question marks. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. Show me your moves, dude. Pose. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. Do your pose. Come on, hit him. The inimitable Herlock Sholmes. God, your theme is a banger, though. I will forgive any transgressions just to hear more of this. It's interesting how he even has his logo in the middle of that, too. Herlock, what's your story? So, it really is you. The actual Herlock Sholmes. Very same. The inimitable, actual Herlock Sholmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on, then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Alright, put him up. God, I love this design for him, though. Like, it's an interesting take on it, that's for sure. Like, combining steampunk stuff with his overall outfit. It's still him. Great detective. So you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Oh, he seemed to think point. Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. So you're German? Herlock, was it? No, I have no her. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. That's Lupin? That's actually like Arsène Lupin on there, though. I would know. I watched the series. Still need to read the books though, but yeah, that's Arsène Lupin. You can read it all. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. If that's London publication, they really need to work on their handwork then. Their printmaking. Oh, yes. Ron's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. 50 days though, damn. Ah, yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Which is true. This is like the name of the first novel, well, first story that came out. I believe the first story though was Scarlet Letter? No, wait. Ah, it was the one with the Florida guy. Florida Man Strikes Again. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then? Indeed, I am. You've read so many of your own stories, you've started thinking you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? Wilson! God, I love Castaway. Great movie. I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Oh my god, my voice is dying. Really, I can't work out whether this man is serious or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. The science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of muscle, slight inclination of the posture. Micro-expressions then, right? Fingernails, arm sleeves, furs, and skin. All these things are data. Data? Right. He's not wrong, but there's better methods out there, dude. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data the blink of an eye. In fact, he is quoting from the book. That's literally a line from the book. Ah, he's so cool. And the ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn for both observation and for deduction. And fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. Cosmo's death. Please, let me know why Abroyd died. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you think discovered the culprit in its most cunning hiding place? That's right, the sky. It's none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. Great. I became anxious about Cosmo's summit this morning. I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, was on board. Handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit to Mr. Naruhodo. Do you normally carry around handcuffs, Sholmes? Ah. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? Two facts, you say? Hey, let's do this. You know who killed our boy Tupac? Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent when you came into the cabin this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let's be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me, May. Ah, yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. Nah, that's still a southern accent. Bah. Elucidate. Elucidate. Oh, that's a elucidate. Elucidates. The two facts I deduced from momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering an escape of the culprit out of the question. I think I'm getting it slowly. It's all about tongue position. Here we go. Number 2. The victim was Russian, killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What makes you think the victim was Russian? I observed the dying message left by the victim on the floor. I can't do it. I wish I could read that. I still need to work on my Ukrainian. That's the Russian word for that is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Cosmo Sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In the case of their final moments, may find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Cosmo was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderob maybe the name of the killer. Certain Robert Gard, perhaps? But in the intersex of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look in the wardrobe there, at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Wasn't I'm Russian too? I observed you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted, correct? If my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim in the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Screw it, we're just gonna make it American now. I can't do British. Bah. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Cosmo had already been taken away when I woke up. Taken away from all of us. God, I wish he were alive. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Wait, did no one check to see if he had a pulse? Oh no. Maybe he's just in deep sleep? God, I hope he's in deep sleep. I'm coping. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Thank you. Yeah, this is totally a replay from, like, Case 2. From the first game, which is an interesting parallel, I will say. The Russian word for wardrobe in purple ink appear to have been written in the victim's final moments. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when I said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that... yes. The train of reasoning led me to that truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Hey, we're gonna get a mini game. Carrillo? Is that it? Carrillo? I need to brush up on that. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian, I don't speak Russian. Your deduction just now. Can we talk about your deduction before? Things you conclude about me, I mean. Now the famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details I was hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 parts. Yes, the more sordid details. It's fairly commonplace deduction. Do you deal with a lot of murderers, dude? Like, serial killer murderers? Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... He looks nothing alike. Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. That's all in Russian too. God, I wish I could read that. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday. Last night, the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Cosma Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Cosma saw and wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Villain Bolshevik. Villain? Really? No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man, just look at his face. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Wouldn't that be revolutionary in the beauty industry? Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Again, no one can do that. Graha's got that covered. Yes. The photojournalist, or the journalist, clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. Deeds that the man has perpetrated thus far. Those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Do you trust the newspaper, though? If it's like counter-revolutionaries, woo. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? Oh boy, you do not want to know about the third Apollo game. What about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? Middle East, dude. Middle East. This Afghanistan place. Here, take a look. Take the paper for yourself. As a little memento of this grand deduction. Thank you? I've absorbed all that is of interest of me within its pages. I see no rubbish bin nearby. Okay there, detective. I will forgive you because your music is sick, but Countess court record. There's more to that article though, isn't there? And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. Can hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt if I just glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Court record, go. Space. Oh, that's the Cursed Crown, right? This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Narhada-san? Well, no, I mean, it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. Nor can I, but look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? Suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. No, I'm glad you've noticed this article. No. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Thank you, summary man. Oh, thank you. What's everywhere, this Mr. Shums? It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented, young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money. Suzachi-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is a property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? Not the first time. It does seem to be a Russian thing to do. No comment on current events, just saying. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response, Mr. Narhodo. Hey, there we go. Anything else here? Oh shoot, wait. I'm trying to remember how to manipulate this. Ah, that's it. Okay. I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian. No, me neither. Have no idea what any of this says. A pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article at the top of the page of this newsletter is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Yes, you told us that before, and also, it reveals also, that those who see the man speared with their own eyes never lived to tell the tale. But everyone's seen it now. Oh my goodness, he is fearsome. Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he? Solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his spirit to that degree, he need only shave it off. True. I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes. Anything else? Let's see. Anything else about this? There has to be some clue, right? Okay, I'll keep going for another half hour or so. Before we start talking, you were examining Cosmo's desk, weren't you? Kazuma. Ah, yes, the victim. Did he notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe, for a moment, the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Cosmo is keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. And something you ought to elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It's my business to know what other people do not, believe it or not. I know a smattering of Japanese. What's the proper term for it? Eigo Jozu? Oh, Nihongo Jozu, that's it. Oh, I see. Oh, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san? Aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. Poor dude. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonged to the victim. It would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. You don't suppose he was stabbed, do you? Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, Bonsai, Mikado, Nado Nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. This diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. So, what was all of that showing off before then? You're excused because this is like top tier. Thank you, Herlock. If you would be so kind as to show me, I'd be happy to read it for you. To you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madam. Oh, hey. Too close, dude. Final entry here in Cosmo's diary consists of 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. Also, what are you doing up that late, dude? Whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. Second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Among Us. Speckled band? What on earth does that mean? Snake, do you read me? I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? Man was presumably referring. To that grill. Ooh, it's even red. Super suspicious. To the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Hey, nice. Let's bust down all of this. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Huh, do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. Oh, the matter warrants further investigation, I believe. If I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Please be well, Herlock. You're too good for this. I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to? Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps we could go with you? No. Suck. That would be somewhat complicated. Your what? But your why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. You did that though. You locked us up. Rude. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No? No point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. Then why? You must be joking. You said it only a moment ago. Dear me. You are clearly misguided. I have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure. Oh. Well, that's very strange. Do you have the memory of a goldfish or something? Are you okay, Mr. Sholmes? When have said you have the face of criminal, you know, not really. So, what, you were looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. Hey! There's a reason why it's called the present, because it's a gift. Yeah. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fates. Oh, ha ha ha. Oh, oh. Now he's just being plain rude. I don't blame him. He's just having a good time. Let him do his thing. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. Sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Aw, don't be like that. He's doing his best. Naruhodo-san, what are you standing there for? Let's go investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? How about these? Like, oh my gosh, he's doing it. Wait, did she actually break it? After Cosmoson spent his last moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're going to roll over and accept your fate? You're the one who rolled him over, though. Oh, as if he gave me any choice in rolling over. Alrighty then. I think we still have some investigation to finish off here, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for the chance to up next door. Good idea. The situation doesn't look good for me. There are still things I can do to help myself. Damn straight, dude. Think positive. Go to Cosmet to do everything I can to find a way out of this. Bring the real culprit to justice. For justice. Let's go. So we examined everything there. Speckled band. Vent is sus. It's on the other side. Oh, you're active again. Excuse me. Da. I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside? Yet. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it's not true, I see. Sorry? Criminal asking prison guard to help him escape. Very funny. We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping. Yet. Oh. You stay in cabin till next port. Then up to Hong Kong police decide what they do with you. You. Stay. Yeah, alright. No point in trying to appeal to this man. That's for sure. Okay, how do I get out then? I went for help. The crewman forced the door open. It's busted up, huh? The bolt had been firmly closed. Quite a small bolt, but not particularly sturdy. Just slides to secure the door. Still, with the door bolted, there's no way to get in or out. Except for the ventilation that leads next door. No wonder everyone suspects me. She glares at me like that. I feel tense up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from the outside in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. The door of this cabin and its frame are metal. They seal it together perfectly. There'd be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. You're saying ventilation. She glares at me like that. I feel pins and needles up and down my spine. Oh, another guy, nice. Oh, shoot, that's the investigator. Hey, officer. The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Why don't we try talking to him? Probably because I'm gonna be yelled at again? I suppose I could try. Hey, my man. You're cool. Is that something wrong, Naruto-san? Oh, no. It's just that crewman standing by the door. Can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, yes, you're right. It does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Hey, we got 2 investigators on this case. Nice. Yes? Yes. What can I do for you? Hey, undercover again? I recognize that face, but it can't be. Oh jeez, you're bleeding all over the place. You totally caught the TV. It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. My man. Should probably get something for that blood, though. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you. My heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board the ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. Hey. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expect to see this man on board. Same, I'm glad he returned. He's so cool. Not as cool as Bro, but at least he kept evidence. But perhaps his presence can help me get out of this hopeless situation. We can have him guard us then. Please help. So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, why are you dressed as a member of the crew? Alexei kept his job, that's important. I'm so sorry. Can't reveal, can you? This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? You've been guarding, right? Oh. You done goofed, Hosonaga. You done goofed. My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Exclamation mark. Why? You should have done better. It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Where were you? Our boy should still be alive. Assassinated? How could have that been a possibility? No, I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's great powers. Japan wasn't even on that level, though. Mr. Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Cosmo-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board. From morning until night. Every day. For the past 25 days. I admire the dedication, though. Damn. I never imagined it would happen here. In his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. Damn, dude. I failed miserably at my assignment. Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. It's okay. We'll figure it out together. I believe in you. You believe in me. We're all good. Let's do this. Inspector. So, if there's anything I can do to help right now, just say the word. Hey, we got justice on our side. Let's do this. We're doing what we can to investigate Cosmo's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes. We need to be allowed outside this cabin. I'm sorry. You what? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. Removed even to touch the handle of the door. Stormy seaman in there would surely snap your neck in two. Are you sure he isn't the assassin? I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. I think I'm a murderer as well. ... Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? Going to need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do anything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. Hey, what a bro. But I don't see how. Okay, you are now the new bro, Detective Hosonaga. There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Narhada-san, by presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? Say the same as when you're in court. Must have done it, ... Select present and choose evidence. Come on. So evidence that would give us a reason to investigate the next door cabin, was it? Yes. I think I know what we can use. Let's see if I can use present. I'm gonna use the diary, but let me just double check something first. Space. Okay. So much of this is just investigating. 2 hours in. I'll finish off this section, then hopefully get to the court case soon. Alright, present. And take that. Oh, wait. R. What's that? It's Cosmo's diary. Just before he died, Cosmo-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Snake? Snake! A speckled band. That is strange. Yes, we're trying to figure out what he meant by that. What I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. Ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right. So if we can investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. Can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict order to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first class cabin area. Afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. What? What about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. Oh, shoot, whoops. Let's go, dude. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thanks, bro. Let's seize the day. Carpe diem, Narhada-san. So I can move, so we can move the cabin at last. Oof. Alright, let's see. Back. Back. Nope. So will this guy get in the way then? No. Cabin on SS Buria, scene of the crime. Cosmo is here. 9th of January. So there's 3 locations then? Finally out of the cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. This is most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Cosmo-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, big guy. Oi. Look over there. There's another crewmate keeping watch. looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. Right next to him leads second-class accommodation. Suppose he's making sure no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? Naruto-san. Look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, but you know, locked up in a wardrobe, that sort of thing. I was inside Comstone's trunk when I first came aboard. Ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look. Alright, let's, look around a bit. Mm-hmm. Buoyancy, son. It floats in response to surface area. Oh no, Suzaru, no. They don't float, they... I read volcanoes, right? Kinda like Hawaii. Oh, ships look nice. Oh, we take those. Nothing to report, or was it misplaced? Shoot you with what, though? I mean, he's got some massive guns, not gonna lie. What do you got to say? Oh, what is up with your tan, dude? How do you get tan marks like that? Excuse me, but can I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Hello there. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm sorry to trouble you, but can I ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid. Oh, that's rude. Oh. We seem to caught this tailor on a bad day, Suzato-san. I'm not Sailor. My mother gave me name. I'm senior crewman, Biff Stroganoff. I think we biffed off a bit more than we could chew then. This thing is just avoiding eye contact, I think. What you got? Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. Here, we are in finest part of Burya steamship, for very important persons. What kind of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens, traveling in secret. Many important persons. So you have experience guarding this area then? It is why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. And somehow, a late stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal. Ah, at least you have that principle there. Much appreciated. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Duh. Susato-san, do you understand that? It sounded like duh. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no. Genius. If not permitted to visit other cabins, or it is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Oh. Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door room at least. Yes. It's tantalizing. Almost forgot. Oh, could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin? My voice is dying. His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylett. He is a very important Western gentleman. Western gentleman? Do not think. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylett is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East. That was harsh. Could you please, or could you tell us when Mr. Roylett came aboard? That is not your business. It was, in Shanghai, wasn't it? Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from next door, or even felt like anyone's there. Well, presumably, since this gentleman's occupying one of the first-class cabins, it must be rather important, isn't that right? That is none of your business. Right, one more. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Duh, all the time. So criminals like you cannot come in, or get out. Man, I love that movie. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? He's sad about Student Boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Yeah, of course. Did you not notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? It's saying no. Susato-san, did you understand that? Da or yet? Yet. It was clearly a no. So nothing unusual. Nothing at all. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no. Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. That's true, he was looking away. Where's Apollo when you need him? It is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It's time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or, as the English say, when pigs fly. Hey, we can do that though. Yes, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Hey, let's go. Okay, so check the book. Bulkhead, seats. Intercom. That's it. The cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Cosmosama wrote that he saw the speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever is in this cabin can help that particular mystery. Let's ask. Knock knock, open up the door, it's real. X gonna give it to you. No answer. Out of luck, it seems. There's no one here to help with our inquiries. Ugh, how annoying. Wait, then where's Sherlock? Where the hell is Sherlock? Come on, man. What do you think this is? Has a very pleasing shape, isn't it? Same, or that's the emergency alarm. Probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. Looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship. Brings the vessel to complete stop. Oh no, don't touch it. This emergency situation, look at these handcuffs. No, don't do that. Full well, that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, it'd be even worse situation. Oof. Huh. I wish everything could just stop. Ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect everyone else. Ah. Wait, yeah, isn't Sherlock or Herlock in there? What's that? Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Stand aside. Wait, why are you out here? I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes. I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Boot it, please. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how did the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? I think we should just go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Go. Who are you? Who are you? No, wait, who are you? Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. It's a woman. I remember this clearly from the game trailer. Nice beer, though, right? We heard a woman scream. Oh, woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. Oh, but the figures are knocked over, too. True, this old man does not... or does appear to be the only person in here. Also, why is the bowl there on the floor? Oh my gosh, you're keeping pet in here too, aren't you? Curious. Get out, all of you, now. Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylet, I believe? Yes, that's me, and... Oh, okay, I understand the plot of this now. The crewmen were trying to keep the dancer safe so that she could escape. I wonder why they chose this as her disguise, though. Curious. I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt. Yet, I'm the greatest detective among detectives, one who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. Isn't that the face of trust right there? That face, though. Dude's just giving the, like, Dude's just so good at JoJo posing. This man uses the magazine like a business card. Don't blame him for that, he's just famous. Detective. No, I do not just detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. There wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So, might I be bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case? What? No, be stupid. How can anyone fit in a small trunk like that? I mean, if you're a dancer. You never know, man. Contortionist. Well, it is quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Hey, don't look at me. Oh, shoot, that's an animal in there. Oh my, did you see that, Mr. Naruto? Yes, the case just shook. Well, I guess Sherlock's on the case then. Leave, Neo. You're otherwise a ghost steward. So, this is Cosmo's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. The strange man is hiding something. Can agree more. Hey, we got backup. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. I'm examining everything. Your stuff is, I guess, Sherlock stuff now. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's, what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need me to call my great powers of detection into service. Hey. Oh. It seemed that the hour is upon us now. The time has come, and so have I. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on, for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. You know what the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding the secrets? Attrition? Why? The truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. He's got a point, though. He's got a point. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Let's do this. Oh, yes, please. Well then. What you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detectives greatly admire great deduction to the case. Let's do this. Go for it. Minigame time. Couldn't this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? You what? From the time to time, it occurs to me. Is this fellow dubious on account of his Russianness? Or Russian account of his dubiousness? Okay there, Mr. Stereotype. I don't really think either of those should be occurring to you. Or anyone. That's right, Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read. It's a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. Biases the judgment. Damn straight. She's right. Shh. 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 I must have complete silence. But you just spoke. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Nice beard, yo. As I thought, yes. I've quite made up my mind now. Duh. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. Yet? What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of villain. Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. The beard. Are you not? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. He's also not wrong. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. He is so close. Does it not? Ah. Oh, Naruto-san. Never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Shum's great deductions with my own eyes. Yeah, that was a great deduction. Dude was just casting out lots. Dude was shooting his shot down. Nothing can deceive Mr. Shums. A single glance can do all there is to know about a person. You what? What inevitable twaddle. Oh yes. I've read countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. I've experienced the astonishing impact of the great deduction firsthand. It's like a dream come true. She seems so happy. But I can hardly believe it. All the color is drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It's like somehow both Mr. Shum's conclusions were right. How did you? Oh, he's doing the Joseph Joestar Alliance now. How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Elementary, eh? Very well then. I shall elucidate. Oh, he said the word again. Elucidate. I shall explain how I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let's board the train of reasoning. All aboard. But plainly, let's work through our deductions together. Oh. I like that. I like that shot a lot. Oh. Wow, that is... Wow. I like this. I like the typography and all that. So, the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott, obviously. I catch his eye in the first place. Oh my gosh, so dramatic. Where's a pair of shears in your hand? Now we must ask ourselves, what can you possibly want with such an implement? Yes, of course, staring us at the face. You're on the verge of using the shears to cut away that copious beard you sport. Oh? Not quite. Moving on. She was cutting up the paper, though. She? Question then begged is, why do you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Oh! Exclamation mark. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular the fascinating front page article. Which means it would appear you have also read Mr. Roylott. Sure needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Mistake, though. Translation. The headline reads, Revolutionary villain. Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you Cannot fail to observe the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard, but it's not him. Holy crap, he's so stylish though, I'll forgive that. Wait, your nose is like that because you bumped it. That's it. Having noticed the article yourself, you decide to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Oh my gosh, this is so stylish. This game absolutely needed this. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime! Exclamation mark. Proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylett. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah! And I assure you, the eyes speak much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Touché. The answer we seek lies where the furtive gaze falls. It's an animal in there, isn't it? Proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It's time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. Yet. Yeah, you refuse. What could he possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps? One slight enough to fit therein? Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would be the identity of the young lady in the traveling case? Near me. We're not well suited to life of crime, are we? Or careless coup d'oeil? Something to do with her eyes, I believe. No. I should be able to translate this. It's not eyes, because eyes is Y. Y-E-U-X. Once again, we need only to follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can be equally found. Pages of this newspaper. You sure about that? For there's another, most stimulating article. Crown? Return from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Front to the back. A renowned prima ballerina of Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. According to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Ah, you're so close, dude. So close, Sherlock. Really got to it. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Ilemensky. We take those, I guess. Suzato-san. That wasn't one of the greatest deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. Could you come here for a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? About your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go ahead. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you Now the man is a revolutionary. Well, able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Raylet does look more like this man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed. Truly startling revelation. First glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not at first glance, it's too small, clearly. Contortionists, they could do it. I'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old into that case, even if you push really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. Ah, that's cool. That's fittable. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from that case. Some years ago, I heard something print, I believe. Contortionists. It's a troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies. Litheness? Yeah. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, haha, it'd be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. It wouldn't be fun, though. Yeah. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. And who's the ringleader then? Ooh. Mr. Naruhodo, something occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of matter almost immediately. He's so close yet so far. It's just where he directs his attention and logic seems a little off. Agreed. Your idea of Lil maybe a little off itself, Miss Susato. Just one or two keywords that in deductions seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we perhaps tactically switch some of them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Oh, Wilson, I pity you. That's not funny. No. And you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your own wrists. My wrists? Hey, freedom. Hey! Where are your handcuffs? Huh? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. Because apparently you need hand to gesture and stuff like that. Truly the Italian way. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. Don't worry. I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we're finished. No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried, in fact. I'd rather stay like this. So, let's begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular, where facts don't care about your feelings. Let's go, Sherlock. God, so cool. I want to be able to draw silhouettes like that. Oh, man's identity. That's fine. It is staring you in the face. This is... Can I do anything with that? I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? God, I hope not. I mean, it's possible. People... There's a video of a guy using an axe handle, or like an actual axe trim. I don't think that's something I'll ever need to worry about. It doesn't sit right with me, though. I could see you with a beard. Just copy and paste that onto there. It'll be fine. Doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylet either, which means, I suppose, that deduction is wrong. Let's switch a keyword here, see if it matters. But how? Long look. Anything used to switch around that last sentence? Oh. Oh, what's that? Isn't that quite something, isn't it? What the? What's this? It looks like a stunning, or a cascade of stunning golden locks. No, the color's not the point. The point is, what's doing on the back of Mr. Roylet's head? How's it growing out from underneath his thick black hair? Yes, that's true. It's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Something's definitely not right here, you don't say. Oops.
Yes!
Here we go. Hey, oh my gosh, you got style, dude. I appreciate you more now. Such lush golden hair clearly does not befit an old man. Exclamation mark. You're not a man at all, you're a woman. Judging from the length and sheen of your hair. One still very much in her youth. Oh, no, yet. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. Question then begged us this: why do you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. With clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Sure needs no further clarification. Once it reveals your true identity... try again. That was a shock. No idea the old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhata-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing facts with Mr. Sholmes. I mean, hey, you gotta do those hand gestures. Gotta have that dramatic lighting. I'm not having fun or anything, you are. It's strictly business. Strictly come dancing, though. As I understand, say no more. Anyways, focus on the next part. Evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit. Feels so. I've either read or heard about a young woman's situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best. Where you at? Pow.
Yes!
Easy. Oh, he's even doing finger points. Also, yeah, he is a samurai underneath all of this. I hope he picks up the sword. The evidence that reveals your identity is, of course, The article about the ballerina. That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. A. It would appear we're finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, your true identity is that of Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. Hit her with it. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Wow. Oh, nice dodge. Gigs up, eh? Wait, you have the tiara under your hat, don't you? Oh, come on. You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. She's wanted. Nice. Since second conclusion is wrong. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the verge of committing a most grievous crime. Oh, exclamation mark. Proof of this crime? Over there. Yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have da-da-da. Sent her hat, that's where she was looking. Come on, dude. Let's see, the woman is a ballerina and she's right in front of her eyes. Clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right, it seems she wasn't abducted at all. Unless she has a clone or something. In which case, what's the crime the young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You look pleased, Naruhodo-san. You like the idea of another chance to dance? Hey, let's dance. Oh, stop it. Anyway, you'll see something else here that shows what this woman's up to. Oh, she was drinking because she's underage. Probably the underage drinking, don't you think? If not, then probably this. Wow. Look at that dazzling tiara. I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Naruhodo-san, try it on. What? Me? Isn't that usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like try it on? Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently.
Yes!
You actually left it out in the open, girl. Come on. Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. If the reporting is to be believed, its name worth 20,000 rubles. Cash money, yo. In summary, crime you have committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah. Fess up. I have no one, no family, no friends. I am alone, and I need money. There are ways to do it though. But I did not steal Tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl's only 15 years old. She's run away. Oh. I hope he can work the boat. Alright. I'll tell you everything. There's no point in hiding it now. Hey, game over. Come, let's not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? What's in the box? What's in the box? Staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, there is some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. I guess the game's for then. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, before I even laid eyes on them. Admiral, right? You and me are not well suited to life of crime, are we? You're careless. Once again, That's the reason why you refuse case. Read the books on what? No. He's completely changed tack with his seduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's well guessed, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely. That's the reason why the young man doesn't want to open your case. Like, what have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her? Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. Must be a reason why she won't open her case. Must be somewhere in the same area where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree. That's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Pop. Rose passage. Passengers must not bring weapons or pets. There we go. Break the rules, get thrown overboard.
Yes!
Let's get this over with. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open the case is in the rules of passage. Passenger must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours, something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That's the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. Oh, poor thing. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time. No weapon or other dangerous item would move on its own accord. Oh boy, you don't know what the future holds, Ryunosuke. Which leaves one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case. Hey! Ooh, timed. Perfect. Ooh, nice dancing. So last item. Forbidden the vessel's rules. Passage. A pet. Hey, we got her. Possession of animal. Solved. Production complete. Hey, elementary. No mistakes there. So clearly you weren't who you said you were. No, I'm not no, I'm not Grimsey Roylance. Is he ever a person then? My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. And everything you said was correct. You're absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you still aboard this vessel. Which couldn't be easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. She really snuck on board without being noticed? No, the guards were on her side. In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. Personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, wasn't you let out the scream we heard outside the cabin? Variable tinkling of bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. Hey, you got one right. I was so scared. I ran away from in Shanghai. I was sure they would look for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself? No, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man? I see. Poor thing. And I put on the fur hats and fake beard? Then just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop screaming. I knew if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut off all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and couldn't go through with it, hey? That precise moment we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? One more thing I'd like to know. What's in the box? What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It's my dear friend inside. My only friend in the world. It better not be a poisonous snake. Please, don't tell anyone if Captain finds out. If you say it to any of the crew. Secret is safe with us, I assure you. In return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Yes, alright, I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something, Mr. Shum's great deduction? It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. At least Pavlova agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. So cool. Oh, and one thing. Oh yes? What? Observe your wrists. He's back in shackles. And your hands are cuffed again. What? But how? Geez, almost like he's a detective or something. True to my word, I've restored your shackles. When? Why? You gotta get better at that, dude. Shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruto. Sorry to say, but it can't be helped at the moment. You what? Can it really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. Can't go on not knowing. Find out what the speckled band that Cosmos on the Road Diary was. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop though. My voice is giving out and it's getting late. Go ahead and save. And give my voice a rest. Save, exit, back to it. Yeah, this game is fun, but it takes such a toll on my voice. I need to pack some water in here or something. That's been fun, though. I love the callbacks to the original Sherlock stories. Still need to read Speckled Band, though. But the music, the poses, it really does bring some new life into this era, I believe. So I can't wait to see once they actually hit London proper and do the investigations there. Can't wait to see like the Edgeworth in this series too. Oh, might as well get some rest. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good night. See ya.